Welcome to this Operation Greatness chapter meeting. So we have a very interesting one to do today. This is the day the earth stood still. Do you remember that movie that, I don't remember, maybe it was released in the 1970s, I think? 72, 76, 79, I don't remember when it was. I don't think I saw that one. Maybe it was even earlier. I saw the one where Keanu Reeves played the main character, and that was a remake of the original. Maybe that was, I don't even remember when that was out. Maybe 97, 92, 87, I don't know. I don't know. It was a while ago. It was before, I don't know if it was probably after The Matrix, I suppose. I don't remember. Maybe it was 2007. I don't know. Whatever date it was, I don't care about the dates. The premise of the movie I really love. So Keanu Reeves played a doomsday device. He was, let's call him an extraterrestrial robot who was an explosive, and he could detonate that explosive by his will or internal programming, and he was sent here to make his own deduction or conclusion about whether humans were a threat to the planet, to the galaxy, maybe to the solar system. If we were a cancer on other life and we were destroying instead of adding to life, and whether we needed to be eliminated. So Keanu was this, let's say that he had the powers, or this, in the movie, like the character, I don't remember the character's name even, if he had a name, let's just say Keanu, because we can all relate to him as an honorable person, as a very generous and giving spirit, soul, being. Keanu Reeves, I'm talking about the actor. And anyway, so Keanu played this robot who was sent to observe the Earth. And think of it like an AI today. Like, I think he scanned all of the programs on the TV, and he looked at, maybe he went into a library and he could somehow scan all of the books in the library to know our history. And he concluded that humanity was unsafe, unfit, ego-driven, self-serving, not giving, that they were more like, the attitude was, I'm going to do to them before they do to me, instead of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The golden rule. It was more like, like a dog-eat-dog world. And so he set the doomsday device for 24 hours, and he said that it was irrevocable. And he commanded the forces of nature. Like all of these, the human response, well, no, but let's be specific, the ego response, and then let's be more specific in the application of that, which is the military or the government. And even now we have to be more specific than that. And what we're really saying when we mean the government, most of the time we're meaning the forces that have designed these systems in society to control people, to keep them distracted, divided, in fear, in poverty, in scarcity, in lack. Really think about, recognize, become aware of that system of oppression is what it really is. So let's call that the globalist controllers versus the government, because we think of I mean, like if you vote and if you think of yourself as being part of deciding the direction we are going as your local community, your neighborhood, your family, your state, your city, your country, versus the global control structures of oppression. And by the way, I mean, go to freeingthematrix.com and talk about all of this. That's a place where we can talk freely without, well, I don't even know if you can use that C word that rhymes with ship and is unsensible, you might say, because the systems of governing, well, anyway, you know it. If you're semi-aware and halfway with your eyes open, I was going to say intelligent, except a lot of intelligent people still think, anyway, the opposite. They're part of the systematized programming for scarcity, fear, lack in the Matrix. They're the enforcers of that even. So make sure that you're joining us at freeingthematrix.com, where we can speak freely about this and where we are dismantling this together, all of these control systems. Okay, so in the movie, the government, I should say, is doing what it does first. I mean, the warmongering coming from ego, shoot first and ask questions later. So they're trying to blow up this robot, this doomsday device. And so they're, shooting missiles at it, and it just, like that, and the missile's gone. And, they're having like helicopters that are just, bombarding it with machine gun fire. And, they're giving it the full weaponry of the ego, and it's just, having no impact. It's just, like all of a sudden the helicopter crashes and, whatever. And so nothing human can do, the ego can do to stop this destruction of the ego. Is really what the deeper metaphor is. And because humanity was run by ego. And what does ego mean? It means not God. Picture this. I drew the map here. I mean, if you're watching the video of this because you're leading your own chapter of Operation Greatness through operationgreatness.com/leader, then you're doing the video of this Operation Greatness podcast. And so you're seeing me, like, I have my hands together at the bottom of the screen, and think of that as 0, and then a vertical line to the top of the screen is 100, and your work is to open fully to God, because you are God's gift to the world, and that is your destiny, that is your purpose, that's your duty, your responsibility. I mean, really hear all of this, because it's critical to the way we are living our lives, in the direction we are going in creating our lives and our world, because we're caretakers for the planet. It's not ours to plunge and to pillage. No, we're here to make sure that our planet is more loving, more peaceful, more abundant than it was how we left it. I mean, when we inherited it from our parents, we're here to make sure that our children have greater opportunity, greater love, greater skills to thrive, to live anything that they want as their goals, desires, and dreams. That's our responsibility. That's our prime directive as humans. And yet, when we were coming from ego instead of love, or coming from, well, actually ego means not God. So 100% ego is 100% not God, and 100% God is 0% ego. I mean, it is that clearly delineated. Ego is the opposite of God. Ego, not God. I mean, it's pretty obvious when you really look at this, right? So, I mean, society coming from ego, not God, and then making decisions that are only self-serving like the globalist systems of oppression in this country and in the world. I mean, all of that was designed to distract you, prevent you from recognizing your power beyond measure. You have unlimited ability to do good in the world, and that's your happiness, joy, fulfillment, well-being, peace of mind, success, prosperity, meaning, impact, contribution. The amount you are contributing meaningfully to others determines your happiness, and everything that you want in life comes out of that contribution. That's how we are meant to live. We're all here to be of service. I mean, so it should be that this Keanu Reeves character, or this doomsday device, coming to the earth and seeing firsthand if there is any hope for redemption of the human species, or whether it must be removed as a cancer, as a parasite. I mean, yes, the globalists are parasites, the forces of, well, that set up these systems of oppression are parasites. I mean, there's no other way to see that. That's so obvious if you have eyes to see, and if you're looking not where they want you to look, which is that, like Trump's a racist and a misogynist, and, I mean, wherever they're directing you by their systems of oppression, namely the mainstream media, the organized government, the school indoctrination system, the military censorship industrial complex, the social media companies, big tech, big pharma. I mean, anyway, the systems of oppression, you know which ones they are. They're so obvious and such an important instrument of destruction in the human family, because we had allowed it to remain in our, controlling us in our lives, and we're dismantling that through freeingthematrix.com. So make sure that you're part of the solution and no longer part of the problem, because you matter, and you know how much you matter, and you're not disvaluing or devaluing your life, and you're honoring your responsibility, your prime duty, especially to your children, and you're stepping up and you're owning your power, and you are commanding your destiny. Is there any question about the need for every one of us to do this? So in the movie, Keanu's character, this robot he set the doomsday clock to 24 hours, and at that point, all life on the planet, or all human life, will be gone. I think it was just the human life, because we were the problem. And suddenly, he's standing there, and all these military forces are trying to destroy him and everything. And I think a girl somehow walks up to him, and she basically says, "Mister, you don't look so good. Are you okay?" And he's like, "Huh? What?" This doesn't match his conclusion about humanity being self-serving and irredeemable. And this girl is kind of like, "Here, I picked this for me, and I was going to take it back to my mom, but I want to give it to you." She gives him a flower, like a daisy or something. And he's like, "What? This doesn't match my deduction, my conclusion that humanity must be eliminated because there's no hope, because it's evil, and because of the parasites, in greed, and, doing only what is in their own, what they feel, coming from ego instead of love." This girl was offering him love, and it didn't match his preconceived judgment as the judge, juror, and executioner of the human race. And this girl softened him, and it's like, "Oh, really? You're giving me a flower? You don't even know me, and I'm a stranger, and you're being nice to me?" "Yeah, because you look like you could use something uplifting." I'm kind of I didn't see this movie for, whatever, I don't know, since it came out, I guess, but it's kind of That's the plot of the movie. And then it's like, then all of a sudden he thinks that there is hope for humanity in the young generation. And so the premise of the movie, or the reason for the movie being here, is that we are to recognize how much we had gone off track and come back to our center, come back to love, come back to our purpose, which is being of greater service to more people, come back to, I call it, your work is receiving God. That's saying yes to life and not holding back or limiting yourself or playing small in any way. That's your work, and your purpose is extending God into the world because you are God's instrument for miracles. So be it. When you focus on how can I be of greater service to more people, you're opening yourself to the presence of God moving through you to lead, inspire, transform, and liberate everyone you can easily transform and serve. You're here to be, you're here as God's gift to the world. So be it. So the more you're aligned with how can I be of greater service to others, the more you are serving others and the better the world is, the more loving and peaceful and kind and caring and generous and prosperous and wealthy and successful and happy the world is by you doing this yourself, by you receiving all of the good that is destined to be yours. And there's no limit to that either, just as there's no limit to how much good you can do in the world, right? So really hear this message, because the day the earth stood still is now. It's right here. It's today. And if the Keanu Reeves character saw you, what would be the conclusion about the ability of humanity to redeem itself and to be loving and to be kind and caring and generous and of service? How would the judge, jury, and executioner respond for the fate of the human race, our human family, if Keanu met you and saw the person you are today? Would humanity become extinct in 24 hours, or would we get a renewed lease on life? And would we be judged to be noble, honorable, loving, responsible caretakers for planet Earth? Really answer that question, because this is how you chose to live your life up until this point. How much of that as a percentage was aligned with who you are and what you value, and how much as a percentage had you lost sight of what truly matters because you fell into the programming, the manipulation, the fraud, the deceit, the program to divide your attention, together we stand, divided we fall. Be real and open and honest, because this is how you are defining your life, how you're creating your world, how we are creating our world, our planet. So nothing matters more than the choice you are making in how you are creating your life. Was that something that you carefully chose yourself because you're well aware of your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma, and you're moving quickly toward that? Every opportunity you have that comes your way, you recognize that you created that because it's meant for you to fulfill your purpose. And through that opportunity, that is another way for you to be of greater service. And that's how you're fulfilling and living your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. Because nothing matters more than that. That's why you are on the planet. That's what your life is about, how you are serving people. And that means everything to you. And you're not allowing anything to stand in your way of that. So you're not living in scarcity, fear, lack consciousness. You've pulled yourself out of the matrix and you have helped everyone connected with you come out of it as well and see the light of day, the light of abundance, the light of God, the presence of God moving through you to transform the world. And that's how you live your life. Is there any question about that? I mean, or what changes are required of you to make so that you're no longer weak, poisoned in your physical body, your emotional spectrum of you, in your mental spectrum, and in your spiritual aspects as well, because you've consciously removed all of the poisoning. I'm talking about the poisoning in the air, the chemtrails they spray on us because they want to destroy us and keep us from our power and our purpose and our potential. And the poisoning of the water with fluoride and chlorine, that all of that dumbs people, keeps them sedated, subdued, less resistant of the programming of the matrix. The poisoning of the food, I mean, that's the most blatant and in-your-face one, where you have to pay like 30% more for food without poison on it. I mean, how pathetic is that? I mean, all of these things we allowed into our lives. We allowed the system to impose poison in our lives. And, TV programming, TV, radio, movies, the whole entertainment complex was designed to distract you and to program you for toxic living, to destroy yourself, to become weak and complacent and compliant. I mean, all of this, we're changing that dynamic. We're undoing the matrix. We're freeing the matrix. Make sure that you're doing this with us, because you are imperative. You're influential in this succeeding, especially in your life and in your world and in your community. You're the leader of your community. So step up, own your power, and command your destiny. We're doing this through operationgreatness.com/leader. And more, the first step is freeingthematrix.com, where you're leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends through freeingthematrix.com. And go to freeingthematrix.com/free-month, where I will even buy your first month. How would that be for you to transform the lives of all of your online friends using the posts that I'm sharing with you and the process I'm giving you to lead, inspire, transform, and liberate everyone you are blessed to have connected with you in the first month? I mean, do you think it's possible, using the work that we're all doing together, to be that inspired visionary leader, to give, to be of greater service, to transform the lives of everyone we can? Do you think it's possible that you could help 1,200 of your online friends, where they're joining us in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind as well? And they're doing that through your link, where your 1,200 people joining us in freeingthematrix.com, our mastermind, through your link, that would be worth $28,320 every month through your link. I mean, that's what we're doing together our first month, and I'll buy you that first month if you're so inspired to help. And you're doing what you can to be of greater service to more people. How are you responding to all this? So I mentioned before that, actually I didn't mention that. That was like in the little video that I recorded before we started talking here for this Operation Greatness chapter meeting, the day the earth stood still, Operation Greatness podcast number 40. One time I created a website called Humanity on Trial. The premise of that is kind of like the same idea as the day the earth stood still, and yet if you had to defend, or there was a movie that, I'm trying to remember his name, some old actor from the, I don't know, maybe 1930s. And he was well known. He played Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. He was the star of that movie. James Cagney? No, James, I don't know. I forgot his name. I like the actor and I like the character that he's played. Well, anyway, I think it was him who was in this movie that was called Defending Your Life. I don't think I've ever seen that movie, but I remember hearing about it, or it was, it's one of those like cinematic classics. And anyway, like the premise of that movie, I think, is like essentially you're like, I don't remember the premise of the movie. I don't remember. I guess I don't know that much about it. But let's say that you're on trial and you have to defend your right to exist because, I mean, the parasites, the controllers, they're predators and parasites. They're evil embodied. And it's up to every one of us to stop them from harming more people because we had suffered long enough at their hands. And this requires every one of us to get involved and to become strong and to first stop poisoning ourselves and stop allowing the poison in our families and in our communities and in our world. And that requires every one of us doing this through freeingthematrix.com, especially through freeingthematrix.com/free-month. Anyway, the defending our life, like let's say that I'm just kind of making this up because I don't know the plot of that movie too well, other than that it's a trial and like this person has to defend his right to exist based on him being a good person and contributing meaningfully to the world. And let's say that maybe God is the judge and maybe Satan is the one arguing against and pointing out like all of the flaws in that person, everything bad that that person did. That would be kind of like the ego. I mean, you could say Satan and the ego are the same thing, and that's a really important contemplation for you to recognize and see when you're coming from not God, you're doing the work of Satan, of evil. Pretty obvious, right? So when you're coming from fear, scarcity, lack, instead of abundance, prosperity, love, generosity, giving from the heart, being of greater service, you see how that's your nature and that's your work to open 100% to God, working through you to lead, inspire, transform, and liberate the world. And that's what your whole life is here to be. So be that gift. You are God's gift to the world. So be it. I mean, any question about all of this? So, I mean, let's talk about all this in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. How would you defend your life that you have contributed meaningfully to others more than you hurt others or caused suffering or allowed suffering to happen because you did nothing, because you were compliant or silent? Your silence is your compliance, of course. So if you allowed suffering to happen, if you allowed people to be controlled, manipulated, hurt, harmed, if you allowed that to happen, then you allowed evil on your watch. And is that any different than causing the evil directly? Well, yeah, it's different, but it's in degrees, right? I mean, if you allowed evil to happen, if you didn't step up and stop it, I mean, that's what, like, the men of the world are here to be the protectors of the family, of the community. And if we fell into the programming and became weak and did nothing and allowed the evil to happen, then we're at fault, we're in the wrong, we're guilty of allowing evil. I mean, all of us, men and women, are here to protect the children, and that's our primary responsibility, and yet, were we protecting our children, or were we allowing them to become indoctrinated? I mean, it's child abuse, the way the school system was on our watch, betraying humanity, betraying the family, betraying man and woman. I mean, all this is so obvious, it's like, how could we even... Why would we have become so weak that we even have to talk about any of this because it's so abhorrent, it's unconscionable, it's unthinkable, unimaginable, and yet it was right there, evil betraying us and our children and abusing our children. That's how out of alignment we were until you now stepped in and stopped this through freeingthematrix.com, through becoming strong yourself, through stopping the poisoning of you and your family and your community and our world. You know that this is the work every one of us is required to do. So do it. Will you do it? Will you rise to the challenge? Will you make sure that defending your life is that you have helped so many people and done so much good in the world, like right now, going back to the beginning of this conversation and posting your thoughts about each point with your partner link. Remember I mentioned for every 1,200 people, you are leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. That's worth $28,320 as 1,200 of your online friends are joining through your link in our mastermind. And then they are leading all of their online friends. So you leading all of your online friends here to do this Operation Greatness podcast, this chapter meeting through your link, through freeingthematrix.com/free-month. So share your thoughts about all this as separate posts, and then take all the posts that you have shared and put them in the essay that you're sending me from this conversation. Send that to me personally at dan@danklatt.com. And I share all the posts in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind as well. Nothing matters more than all of us stepping up and stopping tyranny, stopping the oppression, stopping evil from doing any more harm. And that's how we are contributing meaningfully, being of greater service to more people, coming from God instead of not God, ego, evil. This is our work. Will you do this now yourself? Do this with and for every one of your online friends, with and for your family, your children, all through freeingthematrix.com, our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Let me know your thoughts about all of this. Send that to me in the essay that you're sharing of all the posts that you have shared here as you are leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating all of your online friends who are then leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating all of their online friends. And those 1 million, you getting your 1,200 people who are getting their 1,200 people, those 1,440,000 people you transformed are getting their 1,200 people, and together we have all transformed the lives of 1.72 billion people. This is nothing short of humanity liberational. This is the greatest thing humanity has ever done. And my friend, it happened because of you doing this with with everyone connected with you, for yourself and for every one of your online friends. You being of greater service to everyone you are blessed to transform. How does this feel to you? Do you know that this is your higher purpose and the greatest thing you have ever done? It is. So let's make this happen. We're doing this together at freeingthematrix.com/free-month or operationgreatness.com/leader if you want to be that leader in your community as well. This is the most important thing every one of us has done. So I appreciate you doing this fully yourself now, and living the life that you are proud and your children are proud of the person you have become. You're proud of the giving that you have done, how you have served others. And that's your source of happiness, joy, fulfillment, well-being, peace of mind, success, prosperity, meaning, impact, contribution. Thank you very much. I love you. I believe in you. I know how much you matter. I know your destiny is to transform the world. The whole world is a better place because you lived, because you really heard this message and took it to heart and acted on it. And you were of great service to our human family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.